So for our project, we called it Memory Game, and for our project, we were gonna test memory and the correlation between experience and success with playing the game, the Simon Says memory game that we created. So we came up with the research question: does experience in playing the Simon Says game make it more likely to be successful? And we were gonna use like the correlation between trials time and level score to like kind of organize and categorize our data, and then a little bit on our researcher interviewer.
So our researcher was Alex Moriarty. He's a recent graduate from KU, who's doing his postgrad study over in South California under the space and physicist portion. Um, what he gave to us on the input was the problem we're going to figure out isn't probably going to be the one that we're going to find in the end. Um, it's like a stepping stone that we're going to work towards, and that on the first try we're not going to get it right, which is about right. But what I did take away from the process and everything that he advised us is to not stop once you hit a roadblock, um, and to develop an actual passion for it, because that's the only way you'll actually succeed. But as we did find out through the testing and everything, it didn't quite go the way we wanted to. Um, which the testing way we found was actually through Arduino. One sec. So we basically made a Simon Says sound and light game. Um, Essentially, it randomizes the numbers in the first sequence, and then as you play, the numbers then get repeated and resequenced. There's several sub-functions that are built in to it, as listed down below. One second. Essentially, it plays the sequence, then maps the random key to a map, and then whenever the incorrect key is triggered, the variable goes off, and the correct result is put out. It then progresses to the next level, or if you mess up, it goes game over, so forth and so on. This one repeats up to level 19, which we found most people would hit to or stop right before, which was beneficial in a way. And then we can, as you can see, we can go to the data that we collected.
Yeah. So all 6 of us played the trial 15 different times, and then basically just plotted it on here. And it basically shows nothing. I'm just seeing this, and if you want to pull up the other graph that we made. All right, so this graph is like of all of us individually, like our path throughout our 15 games. Yeah, I mean, you can see it's like all pretty random. There's if you could draw a straight line through them, and it's like the average line. No progress really after like 15 games. Some people even decreased on their final game, like a slightly negative slope. But yeah, we can move on to conclusions and stuff like that.
So with our data that we gathered, we learned that to be a little more accurate, we needed to do a bit more trials because it is kind of spread over the place, and there's not really a consistency that we wanted. But we did realize that the outcome with all the data is that the fresher our brains are when we first started playing, the better we did, and then just throughout playing, we mentally got tired, so we didn't score as well. But if we're moving forward, like if we were to do this again or keep doing it, we would want all 6 of us to do 5 trials a day at the same time every day for a week, and then compare them because that would show more growth dispersity and pretty accurate. So that is our project.